Yeah, and greetings again. We are half an hour late, but you know how it is sometimes. It's our time. Today we said we're going to have a brother that I wanted to introduce to the world. Although there are many like him who repaired prostate cancer naturally. But this brother, it intrigued me a lot because he have a lot of discipline. Discipline is significant in any kind of discipline is the key in any treatment that you're gonna have. All right, and but it's very disciplined, man. So we're gonna talk about prostate cancer today. We're gonna talk about the younger brothers who is coming in with prostate cancer because I see them all the time, every day. 45, 47, 49, 52, 56, 59, 51, and they are dying from the disease. Never has it happened before. And we're going to tell you what is causing or what your risk factors are. You know what I mean? That cause you to have these troubles in the prostate gland. You know what I'm saying? So that's very significant for our younger brothers because it catches up with us long term from the way we eat in the beginning. All right? So I want to point it out before we start. And then we're going to go into certain treatment that we do for people who have prostate cancer. And how you can survive it. Because doctors make you all scared. And I always mention to the public that you can have prostate cancer and you can keep the cancer in the prostate gland and don't die from prostate cancer. Once the PSA stays at a certain number, and you could keep that number limited until you kill the cancer cells in your prostate gland, which can be done naturally. We're going to teach you that. All right? In the medical system, it's either radiation, surgery, battery psychotherapy for cancer treatment, or what we call hormone therapy. We're going to talk a little bit about those treatments, which is not really effective because they don't fix prostate cancer. All right? They wanted to remove a lot of the the men's prostate gland. And once you remove the prostate gland, you have lots of trouble with impotence. We're going to talk about that, okay? But now we want to introduce my brother, Chawky.
Your family, man.
My family.
Your cousin.
My cousin. So I had to take extra special care of this brother right here. And this is the most, I think I had a post before where I said, this is the most disciplined brother I know. And if every man have prostate cancer and have the discipline this brother have, I think none of you are going to have it. Trust what I'm telling you. This brother is very disciplined. He goes to bed at 8 o'clock in the night. He don't drink, he don't eat certain things. So he's disciplined. And that is the reason why I always tell people that discipline is a key in fixing prostate cancer, any kind of cancer. Yeah? Chawky, the journey, because I know you had sinuses too. When I met you, you had sinuses, eye troubles, prostate cancer. Give us the journey, man. Because we've been on the journey for years, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many years now? Since what, 2002?
2001.
2001.
16 and a half years.
16 and a half years, man. Give us the journey, man. Give us the journey.
Well, no, in short, cancer saved my life.
Cancer saved your life. And cancer does commit suicide and other people in it.
Right.
But it saved your life.
Cancer saved my life because what it did was to force me to make radical diet and lifestyle changes, you know. Not just what you put in inside here, but in terms of how you think, you know, because we are what we eat and what we think also, you know.
True.
The mind is a battleground. The mind could make you sick or well.
True.
So therefore, if you have garbage up there and you're stressing and you're negative and then it's a waste of time. You're like Sisyphus pushing a stone up a hill and halfway it rolls back down, so you can never reach the mountain top. Okay?
I got you.
So I always tell people whom I've helped over the years that positivity, positive. Abandon all negativity. Choose to be happy, because stress is also a choice. Remember, every thought we have results in actions, and these actions have consequences. So if you think negatively, your actions will be negative, and therefore the consequences of them will be negative, you know, in terms of your whole health, your lifestyle, everything. If you, on the other hand, you think positively, then your actions will be positive. You will do whatever it takes to keep yourself healthy, and you're going to end up being healthy, you know.
So wonderful.
You'll end up having a good quality of life. And for me, that was the most important thing with my journey with prostate cancer, because as Patrick was saying, I was a walking drugstore. I used to live on prescription drugs. Chronic sinusitis, chronic asthma, poor eyesight, stomach ailments, problems. Sometimes I couldn't walk for as long as 2 weeks at one time. I had to lie down on a flat surface for about 2 weeks. And every movement was pain, believe me, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, all kind of ailments, believe me. So I mean, my comrades and friends used to kick some here. You know, I used to take a cocktail of drugs every day.
Every day.
And the problems were not being solved. You know, they were just being masked a day. For example, I use almost every sinus tablet I think I do on the face at a time.
Yeah.
And they'll make you drowsy. They make, when you get back up, the problem
Still there.
still there.
So they only curb your symptoms.
So yeah. So God decided to bless me with this gift of cancer, as I often say, prostate cancer, and I began to make radical changes in the diet and lifestyle. And then Patrick came on the scene, you know. Patrick came back to Grenada, and you know, my cousin and checked him and so on, and he gave me certain herbs to assist and so on.
Yeah, we did. Remember, we did colonics.
And we did colonics
Yeah.
and so on. So we did the colonics a little bit later. Colonic irrigation, cleaning the colon and so on. I mean, the first one I did, I would like to look at it again. It was horrible, you know.
Yeah,
what's coming out
coming
of
out,
the
yeah,
I can
yeah.
see it, you know, what's coming
Waste
out.
is coming out. Yeah.
And the gas and all these
Yeah.
things and so on, you know. And then after it was cleaner and cleaner and cleaner and so on, and, you know. And I discovered that within about a year after the changes in my diet that
Speak a little.
all of a sudden, like all these ailments just disappeared.
The sinus disappeared.
Yeah, it was just remarkable. I mean, the last time I used medication for asthma was September 2001. I used to
September
keep,
2001.
yeah, I used to keep the beckoners there because there's one I didn't open. I used to just keep it there for people to see and see. That's the last one I bought. And I never had to use again. I never had that problem.
So you're only showing people now that all these conditions could be repaired.
Oh yeah, all conditions.
Sinuses, allergies,
All conditions, you know.
all of these conditions.
The way the master has made us, our body is designed to heal itself.
True.
If we use the foods
Yeah.
that he put on the earth for us to use, you know.
I always say
foods
that.
and the herbs, you know. The father of medicine, I said, you know, said that let your food be your medicine, and let your medicine be your food, you know. What you eat, you know, what you put in here and what you put in there should keep you healthy, you know.
Let me ask you a few questions. When we met, right? You went to the urologist.
Yeah.
And we're not going to tell men do not go to a urologist because you know they're treating men's health. So always check your urologist to get your PSA done, and you could go from there. So we're not telling men don't go to a doctor. Go to your doctor, but be open-minded, or let him be open-minded while he is trying to treat you for whatever condition you have in your prostate gland. Right? So you went to the doctor. You had troubles going to the bathroom?
Not really. Sometimes I had, you know, but not.
In terms of urination?
Yeah,
you
not that.
You didn't have stoppage of water? As we call it in the ground.
No.
You didn't have that
I
at
didn't
all?
have stoppage of water.
So what made the doctor check you for prostate
actually,
problems?
Actually, I was the one who actually decided to check first because my dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Several of his brothers and uncles,
Right.
or both. My dad's side, my paternal uncles and maternal uncles, and a family friend of mine strongly advised me, you know, to do a
random
PSA check because our brothers, you know, every one of them, you know, was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and their father was, and so on. And so I decided to do it. I was treated with some antibiotics because the doctor at first suspected it was probably prostatitis.
Okay.
And then at the end of that, the PSA still increased. So he said, hey, you need to do an ultrasound and a biopsy. And the ultrasound and the biopsies were done, and he came back with prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Now, how high was your PSA? And don't forget, the PSA is a prostatic antigen test. And it is a protein that both cancer cells and regular prostate cells handles, okay? That's they call a PSA. So they're looking for this particular protein in the blood. Prostate cells have it, normal prostate cells have it, and the cancer prostate cells have it also. So they look at the PSA, and your PSA was higher than 4.
Yeah, it was actually
5.4,
I think, at the time.
Okay.
The prostatic specific antigen.
Yeah, antigen test, okay.
Well, you know, the PSA these days is not one may say an accurate indicator of prostate cancer.
Well, I would say that too.
Because, well, I keep myself up to date with information from Johns Hopkins Medical University, both the conventional and the
alternative.
And there are 4 reasons why your PSA could be held, 3 other than prostate cancer. So if you have prostate enlargement,
could go up.
pH, it could be high. If you have prostatitis,
could be high.
It could be high. But remember, once I had information on my prostate, I'm a PSA was about 33 several years ago. I had some infection,
and I could remember one time the PSA was 25.
Yeah,
it keep on going back, coming back down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then and the other one is I always tell guys, if you in fact ejaculate within 72 hours of doing a PSA test, it could also affect the result because the PSA can be elevated. You know,
right.
So one has to be careful when you're doing a PSA. You know, because other factors could in fact elevate it. You know?
Right. So if you have sexual intercourse, 72 hours before a PSA test, that PSA test could be high.
Yeah. So you must make sure it's after 72
after
hours.
72 hours.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
and we're looking at the free bump PSA.
Yeah.
Because I want to mention this. You can have low PSA and have cancer in the prostate gland. And you can have a high PSA and don't have cancer in the prostate. See? And that is why we don't really deal with the biopsies. Even doctors know what questioning biopsies. Because sometimes, we can talk about that. Because sometimes if the biopsy is done and you have cancer in your prostate gland, the biopsy can disturb the prostate and make the cancer in the prostate gland come out of the capsule of the prostate and move into the secretory system. All right, so I feel that there should be less invasive ways to determine if a man has prostate cancer. The higher the PSA does not mean that you have cancer, because as I said, you can have a low PSA of 2.5, 2.75, 1.75 and still have prostate cancer. You can have a PSA of 15 and have prostate cancer. So you started at 5.0 or 5.2 and then you went up.
Yeah, I went up.
And when you went up, they did a biopsy.
Yes, I did a biopsy.
And the biopsy came back positive for cancer in the prostate.
I did 2 biopsies, biopsies on 2 occasions.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sent to Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Barbados, one in Trinidad. And they both came back, positive, prostate cancer. Okay. Yeah. So I did these changes, and I was urged by many friends to have the prostatectomy, remove the prostate
gland.
I was even urged, people close to me, very close to me, medical doctors, I love medical doctors.
Because your sister's a doctor?
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah.
They say, look, this thing can work, I remember asking, very close medical doctor friend again, well, if I do this thing, how long am I expected to live? And he said, well, you might have 7 years, you might have. So I said, why? Well, you wouldn't die from prostate cancer, but you could die from some other form of cancer. So I said, why? I couldn't get the answer, but my subsequent research, told me that once you interfere, as you correctly said, with the capsule, and because of this intricate circulatory system that God has given us, blood begins to flow, and therefore the cancer cells escape and flow, and they go to different parts of the body. And they wait for the right environment when the terrain is right, and they come back and they hit you. So
And that's what we have to teach men.
so that's why I discovered, to my horror, checking the National Cancer Institute website and the National Institutes of Health, is that when a cancer is discovered, quote unquote, early, that is, it's confined to the organ, whether it's the breast, the prostate gland, whatever. And these invasive measures, are used, wherever it is. People have a survival rate at 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
I couldn't understand that. That's what they call a cure. 5 years.
Survival rate.
So I said there's no cure. So I'm not doing this. I have another friend in Jamaica. He's a medical doctor who actually implored me, like, say, watch, boy, you have this thing, you should do testicular surgery.
Yeah, take your testicles.
And so I said, no, I'm not doing this. He was, look, guys, a way to go and do this bone scan and do this thing and so on. Sometimes, when people have cancer, they don't want to fight for their lives. I say, hey, sorry, I have done my research and I have learned otherwise. I understand your training, your medical training from medical school, but this is what I understand. And I'm doing it this way. I'm fighting for my life another way.
Exactly.
And and this is a joke now. 2 years ago, I sent a photo of me with my then 70
baby
old son leaving hospital, and she saw this photo and she said, wait now,
You got a baby.
that's not the guy who was supposed, he should have been dead over 10 years
Yeah.
ago, whatever, which years
That's what
ago,
they're saying. Man.
and he has a young baby and he looks so young.
Yeah.
Hey,
Big that.
tell him send me his dad, send me his dad,
Yes.
send me his dad. What's he using?
You have a young baby, man.
That's a joke. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a lovely, a bundle of joy.
Yes.
Almost
Wonderful.
2 years old on the first of
So
August.
if you had removed your testicles, and if you had removed your prostate gland,
that would be possible.
you wouldn't have no babies.
I wouldn't have nobody. I wouldn't have
good.
nobody. So that's my only begotten son.
That's
God
man.
bless me with that,
Yeah.
And so I always say, thank God for that, conviction and that determination, as Patrick said, to do everything possible,
Yes.
to be this thing. And for me, the most important benefit from it was the whole improvement in the quality of life. Quality of life. From being so sickly,
Yeah.
at one point I ended up in hospital, I can't breathe in the middle of the night, you're diagnosed with heart attack, and all that. I had to end up diagnosing myself, 10 days later, it was linked to my sinuses and so on.
Wow.
So, I've been through a lot.
You've been through a turmoil.
I've been through a lot. Yeah.
But as I said, man, you have a lot of discipline. And that's the reason why I say always call your name for a lot of my cancer patients. Say, man, this brother right here, Chawky, vent too, man.
The discipline.
Discipline.
Discipline has a bit, well, it has not been as it was years ago because when Romel came,
Yeah. That's your son.
Yeah. Like he had a rough pregnancy,
Yes, and he was all stressed out too.
And had to really take care, and she was vomiting every minute. So I basically ended up losing a lot of sleep, as a result of that,
Yes.
So that was affected, and having to take care of Romel, and so that has been affected. But other things, that's the positives, stick to my diet,
Yes.
in terms of avoiding animal-based foods, trying to stick to your plant-based foods, drink lots of water,
Alkaline your blood.
alkaline, system. I use alkaline water,
Yeah.
we have been using that for years, alkaline water, and I want to thank Troy Garvey who gives me, he gives me it, anytime
All
I
the
want
water
it.
you
And,
want, yes.
and he helps other patients.
Yeah, Troy is a good brother, man.
Troy say, look, Chawky, any cancer patients, anybody you want it, just tell them check me, no problem. That's my contribution.
love.
So I want to big him up and
Yes, give
thank
Troy.
him so much.
Troy
for
Garvey,
that,
we big you up, brother.
Yeah, man. Troy,
Yeah,
Troy
we love
really,
you, man.
really
that's
does
important.
a lot, He just gives that freely, to people.
All right, so we want to go a little bit further because, as I said, because they wanted to remove your prostate gland, and then they wanted to do remove your testicles, and the reason why they want to remove the testicles of the man is because cancer feeds on testosterone, right? Right.
Sure.
The problem is with that treatment is your testicles produce testosterone, but once they remove your testicles, they put your adrenal glands into overdrive. So now your testicles is not producing testosterone. So your adrenal gland says, ooh, the testicles is not making testosterone, so I'm going to make lots of it. So your adrenal glands on top of your kidneys, left and right kidney, that is, they're on top there, that's hats, they start producing excessive amount of the same testosterone that your testicles supposed to produce, but it's gone. So what they do, they put you on what we call hormone therapy. Right or wrong, Chawky? When they put you on the hormone therapy, because the adrenal now become overactive in terms of producing too much of that particular hormone called testosterone. So what happens to the man? The man start to have titties. You know what titties mean? You call it titty in Grenada, breasts. Big breasts. Your breasts get big because they're giving you hormone therapy now. Estrogen. That's what they give you to block the receptors. So losing your testicles, they don't explain to you as a man. After they remove your testicles, your titty get titty. You see titty right here? The titty get big, like a woman. And when you remove the prostate gland and the testicles, you have what we call, with the prostate being removed, you have what we call reverse ejaculation. Meaning that you can, if you could get an erection now, if you get it and you going to ejaculate, it reverses and go back up into your bladder. So you're feeling like you're ejaculating, but it is going back and not coming out in the penis. It's going back up into your bladder. So how much a good quality of life is that? And that's the reason why we're going to talk tonight about prevention, preventing prostate troubles, and how you can prevent yourself as a man from coming down with prostate cancer long term, because you're young now, brothers. But I'm telling you all, when you get to be 50 in your time, look out. If you don't do the right thing now, you're going to come down and be diagnosed with prostate cancer, because prostate cancer is killing black men more than any other race. Am I right, Chawky?
Yeah, that's actually...
That's correct.
But you know, it's not just 50s, eh? I mean, I was diagnosed at 43, eh?
Right. And you were diagnosed at 43 years old?
Yeah.
With prostate cancer?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, I was told by my urologist then that there was a study of males in Chicago who had died from other causes, whether it was violence, accidents, whatever. And when a pathological study was done of the prostate glands, I mean, and these are guys in the early to mid-30s. 1/3 of them had prostate cancer.
1/3?
Yeah, guys in the 30s.
In the 30s?
Yeah, had prostate cancer, and they didn't in the gland when the glands were actually examined.
All right. So let's look now.
So it's not just 40 and 50.
Yeah, it's younger brothers too.
Oh yeah, man.
Let's look at risk factors for prostate cancer, and then we're gonna go back to Chawky and let Chawky tell us his daily diet, what he does, what he eats, and how he keep his PSA at a normal rate. Okay? So, come on, how you doing? From Chicago. You're in Grenada, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Come on. These are two patients from Chicago, originally from India, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and they came to Grenada to get healed. Hi, Mom. How are you doing? Come over here, Mom. And this is Mom's son. And they're here together. They're here for 2 weeks. And we're going to treat them and get them better and send them back to Chicago. Is it Chicago?
Yeah.
So you want to say hi to your husband and your brother, to your son?
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
How you like Grenada so far?
Very much.
We went to the beach this morning.
Yeah.
And we exercised, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Love it.
You love it, right? And we're going to give you some good foods to eat.
Yeah. That's why we love it.
All right, wonderful. All right. Okay. So, let's look at first some of the tests that they do to determine if you have prostate cancer. PSA is just to determine if the PSA is high or low. All right? The PSA goes from 0.0 to 4.0 in the man. Right? Now, once the PSA, it is what they call a prostatic specific antigen test. As I said, it's a protein. This A means antigen. And the antigen is the most abundant protein in the blood. but the prostate cells carries this protein, and the cancer cells of the prostate also carry the protein too. That's what makes the PSA go high, right? Now, if the PSA is higher than 4.0, your doctor will become alarmed and says to you, he wants to do a biopsy to see if you have prostate cancer. Right? As I said, you can have a high PSA of 10.0 and don't have cancer in the prostate gland, and you can have a PSA of 2.5, which is normal, and have cancer in the prostate gland. Okay? So the PSA is not really your best choice. Or your biopsy also is not your best choice also. Now, then we have a free bound or a free protein bound PSA. Now this one in the bottom here, the free protein bound PSA, is more effective in terms of proving if you have prostate cancer. If it's 95% of this free protein bound PSA, if it is low in number, 95% of the time will tell the doctor that you have what we call prostate cancer. Don't forget, free protein bound PSA. This is called a DRE examination. So the doctor will do a DRE, mean a direct rectal examination of the prostate by pushing his hand where? Come over here, Chris. Inside the anus. So once he pushes, see the prostate right here? See right there, right? So once the doctor pushes his hand in the rectum, he can feel the prostate and determine if the prostate is hard, mushy, or at a normal size. Right? Now, let's go to the next one. So don't forget, your PSA goes from 0.0 to 4.0. If it's more than 4.0, the doctor will determine that something is going to be the prostate gland. As we age, the prostate grows. But you can do certain exercises and take certain supplementation to prevent your prostate from becoming bigger. Okay? Right. Let's look at risk factors. Age. Age is a risk factor for prostate cancer, especially if you are eating a flesh diet. Lots of flesh foods. And there is research to prove what I'm saying. Lots of men who eat lots of flesh foods, like pork and beef and barbecue, long term, have a higher risk rate of coming down with prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is unheard of in Africa, but as soon as the African leave Africa and migrate into America or in the West, his prostate cancer increases. That's a fact. Next is race. Now, black men have the most prostate cancer in the world in the West. Black people, black men have it. That's a fact too. Research. All right? And that is because our diet is totally different. As Dr. Sebi says, you cannot give a polar bear what you're feeding an elephant. So we are straying from the original diet from Africa, and that is the reason why we are coming in with all these diseases, because we are incorporating another man's diet. That's a bottom line, and that's a fact. Now, if you have a father, a brother, a father, an uncle, a granduncle, or a grandfather who had the disease, you will get it in terms of age. Now, once a person is diagnosed with prostate cancer at the age of 80 or even 75, he will die from something else than prostate cancer, because the older you are, is the longer the prostate cancer takes to move. You might die from a heart attack than from prostate cancer once you pass the age of 80. Don't forget that. Right? Family history, or what we call a genetic predisposition. If you follow the pattern that your mother and father, or your fathers and your grandfathers have been following, you have what we call a higher risk of coming down with prostate cancer, because you have a family history, which we call a genetic predisposition. All right? Reproductive factors. I want you to read what I said. Reproductive factors is also a risk factor for prostate cancer. Frequent sexual intercourse. Frequent sexual intercourse. And if you are having sex on a regular basis, and you're not exercising the prostate gland, and you're not feeding the prostate gland what is supposed to be fed, you will come down with prostate cancer when you get to a certain age. That's research. That's a fact. Frequent sex, especially at a young age, when you started having sex at a young age, frequently you are at risk of getting prostate cancer when you get older. That's a fact. All right? Some men say, well, we shouldn't have sex at all. That's not true. Everything is in moderation. Okay? No sex at all can also cause older men to come down with prostate troubles, not only prostate enlargement, but also prostatitis, because the prostate is not secreting or removing that prostatic fluid to get into your testicles to make your sperm, so you will have either prostatitis or BPH, all right, and the last prostate gland. Multiple sex partners. Lots of brothers who had or have multiple sex partners are at more risk of coming down with prostate cancer than a person who stick with one person. That's a fact, and that is research. STDs. The more STDs you have is the more risk you put yourself of coming down with prostate cancer long term. All right? A lot of things that's gonorrhea and syphilis and all these different diseases put you at more risk. All right? Let's look at dietary factors. High fat diet. And that's why I said before that men, black brothers, who eat in a high-fat diet are more at risk of coming down with prostate cancer long term. And that's a fact. All right, we're going to tell you why. A clogged colon. A clogged colon. Lots of flesh foods and constipation. Let me tell you why. Come over here, Chris. Right here. Now look at the prostate here, right? This is the prostate. So when the doctor pushes his hand in your rectum, he feels the prostate gland right over here. This part of the colon corresponds to a woman's uterus. And this part of the colon corresponds to the glands. Now, when a man is going to the bathroom and he don't squat properly, meaning that he do not put a 1-foot stool in front of his toilet bowl to elevate his feet, this part of the colon called the sigmoid colon do not relax, and it squeezes some of the waste that's supposed to come through into the anus, and once the waste stays around in the sigmoid colon, it seeps into the prostate gland and causes the prostate to swell. That's a fact. And that is why lots of men get in prostate troubles long term, because either they are constipated and all the waste is sitting in the sigmoid or in the rectum, can't move, or they are not elevating their feet to relax the sigmoid colon, which will cause all the waste to be removed into the rectum. If you're putting your feet on the ground and you are a man, long term, you will get troubles in the prostate, not only prostate enlargement, but also prostate cancer. That is one of the main causes of prostate cancer. All right? Bad bowel health. Forget. Constipation. Let's look at some treatment. Now, vitamin E inhibits prostate cancer cells. That's a fact. Vitamin E inhibits prostate cancer cells. So men should increase the amount of vitamin E in the diet to 1,000 to 800 IU per day. Not in the gel, in the dry E, DRY, dry E, or you could buy your vitamin E mixed with selenium dry, which is much better than the gel vitamin E. And if you are looking for a good vitamin E, do not look for DL. DL means deliver less. D means deliver. So always look for the D alpha, not the DL alpha. Don't forget that. DL means deliver less. D means deliver. Okay, don't forget. Right? So vitamin E inhibits prostate cancer cells, and MCP, modified citrus pectin from tangerine skin, grapefruit skin, orange skin, lemon peel skin, lime peel skin, their modified citrus pectin prevents the spread of prostate cancer. That's a fact. MCP prevents the spread of prostate cancer. Why? Because once you have good immunity, your MCP uncoat your cells, your cancer cells, that is camouflaging to move into your blood. And that's the reason why they prevent the spread of cancer into your bones. MCP does that for your natural oranges, tangerines, and grapefruit skins. Don't forget now. They're free. They're not patented. You could buy them anywhere. Tangerine, grapefruits, and oranges. Use the skin. Herbs for a swollen prostate gland. Now you can have prostate cancer or you can have prostate enlargement. So we're going to look now for men who is suffering from BPH, meaning that they have an enlarged prostate gland where they can't urinate. And although I think we mentioned before that your prostate is not part of the urinary system, but because of where the prostate is located under the ureter, it can give you troubles in the urinary system, although it is not part of the urinary system. Don't forget that. So your prostate is right under the ureter that carries the urine. So once the prostate becomes enlarged, it squeezes the ureter and you have what we call a stoppage of water. I mean, you cannot go to the bathroom. We in herbal medicine have to shrink the prostate gland back to normal size and you pee again. In the Western medicine, they put a catheter in your penis to make you pee because they don't know how to shrink it naturally. Let's look at the herbs. Over here. Saw palmetto, nettle root, white sage, podiaco, colenzonia. Saw palmetto, all men should use this herb. Saw palmetto prevents your testosterone from converting into high dihydrotestosterone, which is the main culprit of prostate cancer. Nettle root also prevents the 5-alpha reductase, which is an enzyme, from converting into high dihydrotestosterone, which causes a man to get prostate cancer. These are 2 herbs you must use. Ambrosia, have them. 718-469-0985. Ask for Ashanti. Get these 2 herbs. If you feel you're having trouble to urinate or you have what we call a slow movement of the urine. Okay? White sage. When you have a swollen prostate gland, white sage shrinks the prostate gland naturally. White sage shrinks the prostate gland naturally. Colenzonia. Colenzonia is a herb used for vascular integrity. It strengthens the veins and makes things flow better. But we use it in the prostate to increase the vascular integrity of the veins in that particular area, plus podiaco, which is a cancer herb to shrink things. And these are the herbs we use if you have a swollen prostate, meaning that your prostate is enlarged. In 2 to 4 months, with a good diet, no flesh foods, lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of pumpkin seeds, lots of zinc, and your prostate will shrink naturally, and you won't have to put a catheter in your penis. Look at the herbs again. Saw palmetto, nettle root, podiaco, white sage, and colenzonia for a swollen prostate gland. Herbs for prostate cancer. Red clover, cleavers, because once you have cancer, you must go to the lymphatic system. Don't forget that, because your lymphatic system is vested in fluids that flow parallel to the bloodstream. It carries things. So you want, it's part of the immune system. So you must use cleavers and you must use red clover, because red clover have anti-tumor activity, number 1, but it also works on making your lymph fluid become thin so it can flow better. Cleavers, guinea hen weed. Lots of men get good results from using guinea hen weed and pear leaf. Pear leaf, P-E-A-R, pear leaf. We call it avocado ingredient. That particular leaf from the pear also could make you go to the bathroom if you have a swollen prostate gland, or we can use it when you have prostate cancer. Pear leaf. Don't forget the name. Right? Sheep sorrel. Periwinkle. This is the herb they use to make a drug called cisplatin. A drug for a chemotherapeutic drug. Cisplatin comes with this herb, periwinkle. So we use the herb naturally with the chemicals to help the immune system to kill the cancer cells. Alright? Dandelion root to help the liver to remove environmental toxins. And while your liver is removing environmental toxins, your liver becomes strong and your cancer cannot come into that organ because your organ is strong and pushes the cancer away. And that's the reason why we say you have to strengthen the other parts of the body once you have cancer one place. Cascara, in case the man have constipation and can't move the bowels properly, your bowels have to be clean if you want to repair prostate cancer. Right? Don't forget that. Holy immune. Zinc. 50 milligrams of zinc a day for a man. Don't forget. I want all men to go look this up. All men. I want all men to go look this up. Look at it right here. PC specs. Look it up. I think the FDA banned it. You know why they banned it? Because it was fixing prostate cancer. PC specs. It was repairing men who had advanced prostate cancer. But because the seat was repairing prostate cancer, they banned it. So you have to get it on the ground. PC specs. Don't forget the name now. Supplements. Magnesium. 1,000 milligrams a day. Zinc and vitamin E. 800 IU per day. IP6. When you have cancer, any form of cancer, including prostate cancer, you must use that. IP6. Triple your cells. Triple your NK cells to fight your cancer cells. And I always promote this brother. He's a herbalist. See, men, this take care of your prostate, your sexual health, your heart, your energy, because it comes from food base. Food base. I always tell men to buy Rainbow Light multivitamin for men, which works not only on the prostate gland, but also on your heart and keeps your sexual life healthy also. All right? That's what I promote. Now, we're here. If you keep the colon healthy, and you keep the sigmoid well, and you have the waist moving, and you're putting your feet on top of a stool, you can never get prostate cancer. And you're doing what we call cyst bath, meaning that you're going to go sit down in your bathroom with some Epsom salts in the hot waters, hot as you can take it, and sit in the water in your tub and soothe your prostate gland. And the cyst bath will help to shrink a swollen prostate also. That's a fact. With all my patients who have a swollen prostate, we give them a cyst bath and the catheter is removed from the penis. All right? So the cyst bath is important. And these are all the herbs. I want you to mark these herbs. Look at them. Just get them the name. See the name? Get these herbs, people. Get them. Get these herbs. People say, I don't mark the names down. I'm marking the name down for you all. Get them. Free education, man. Get the herbs here now. Codonopsis. Look at them. Huh? Which one? Figwort. Figwort. Next one is Isatis. Isatis. Next one is cordyceps. Codonopsis. Next one is called morinda. Morinda. Morinda root. You got that? Next one is called red sage.
Going too fast, hold on.
You going too fast? You might have to go home and CODONOPSIS. Saw palmetto. SAWPALMETTO. White sage shrinks the prostate. WHITE. SAGE. White sage. Nettle root. NETT. LERWT. Nettle root. Colinzonia. COLIN. COLIN. SONIA. Corn silk. SCORNSILK. That is when you cannot urinate. That makes you urinate like crazy. Corn silk. And another herb called dandelion leaf. DANDELIONLEAF. Dandelion leaf. Another herb. Hydrangea. HYDRENGA. Hydrangea. That's all for men. Buchu leaves. BUCHULEAVES. Buchu leaves. And all these are good. A pygeum bark. Giumbark. It's a herb from South Africa. All these herbs are good for prostate problems, prostate enlargement, and also prostate cancer treatment. All right? And the next one is called Lovetuber. Love's tuber. Love's tuber. All these are plants that's good for the prostate gland. See them here? Love's tuber. Keep your prostate healthy. You don't get prostate cancer. All right. Almost ready to end now.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Chawky. Diet.
Well,
You juice a lot. Because
Yes.
when we met, we were talking about juicing and blending.
yeah. These days I do a lot more blending. I haven't done some juicing for a while, but I actually do both. I want to get back to doing the cucumber. Because cucumber, you know, is highly alkaline. Eh?
Yes, very
One of
alkaline.
the most alkaline foods, apart from wheatgrass.
Yes,
Eh?
with ginger together, it's even
Yeah,
more alkaline.
yeah,
Yes,
cucumber
wonderful.
and ginger, you know, put a piece of carrot and the beet and so on, you know. Yeah, so I do blending too because I have this NutriBullet, you know, that you know,
You blend
blends this thing
everything.
almost really. So you get a fiber too, eh? You get
Right,
some of the
fiber is
too.
important.
But it's almost kind of is very liquid, you know,
Right.
you know. But you get fiber. So these high powered blenders, you know, that can do this. So you get in almost everything. So you do celery, you do parsley, you know, you do cucumber, you do all these things, and your ginger. I put turmeric in it also.
Right.
I use a little bit of cinnamon, you know, all these things, and you blend and you take that. That's why I start my day, you know.
Right. So you're looking at a phytonutrient drink
Right.
in the morning.
Right. Okay.
All right, phytonutrients is important because they have a lot of trace elements to feed the cells that will help you to fight your cancer cells. Yeah? So that's what you started the day with.
Right. Well, I actually started the day drinking a liter of water.
A liter of water.
When I get up in the morning, I try to drink a liter of water. You know,
Right.
just 4 glasses. You know.
Right.
To flush the system. You know. So that's where you start with, and then you do the juicing or the blending. You know. And then I would use I use oats. You know. I use oats and flax seeds. You know. Together. You grind the flax seeds. They are powder form. You know. Easier to assimilate. You know. You know, when it's grown rather than these small seeds.
Right.
Remember you explained to me years ago that,
Yes.
and the tomato seeds and how they
Yeah,
end up
in
the
the appendix.
In the appendix and so on. You know? So I do this. And by the way, I remember reading a white paper, the Johns Hopkins Medical University white paper, and that's conventional medicine on prostate disorders. They actually fed some prostate cancer patients 3 tablespoons of flaxseed, ground flaxseed per day. And when the prostatectomies were done, the prostate glands were removed. And when they were removed, in all cases, either the tumors stopped growing or they reversed. But that is in the Johns Hopkins Medical University prostate disorder, the white paper.
The white paper.
Yeah, that's the importance of that. So
That is important.
Yeah, so Johns Hopkins Medical University, I observe while conventional medicine, they advocate, you know, what they call watchful waiting. So you don't go and do biopsy or go and remove the prostate gland, you know.
Right.
Then,
You just watch.
yes,
and
what,
wait.
what they call watch, but I don't watch or wait. You have to be interventionist. You have to
Yes.
take, in fact, measures
True, I agree that.
to build the immune system. So
Yeah.
you change your diet, you avoid this animal-based diet, all these fatty foods, and these processed foods are filled with all these additives,
Chemicals.
all these chemicals, all these cancer-causing, you know,
Agents.
properties, you know, carcinogens. Once you avoid these things, you know, and you stick and try to go as organic as possible, things without chemicals. Then you build your immune system, and you not only lessen your chance of coming down against, but even if you have it, you can in fact heal yourself, reverse it. Because let's say our
body
bodies
heal
are
itself.
designed here
To heal itself. I believe
to
that.
restore its natural God-given balance.
That's right.
You
I
know?
believe that. Totally.
That's why many people have done it around the world, you know, and continue to do it. You
Oh,
know?
sure.
And but you know, you have to believe, you have to be positive. You have to say abandon negativity. I mean, you used to always say, boy, don't hate.
Yeah,
you
can't
know?
hate nobody.
Love, you know,
Love.
love.
Yes, all
I'm
the
a
time.
free spirit. Because I remember watching this video by Dr. Day years ago, Dr. Laurie Day.
Yep.
She had this, you know,
She had cancer.
really inspiring video. Cancer doesn't scare me anymore.
Yep.
And she is saying that in the medical journals, they have in fact proven that when you're stressed, when you're hate and you're grudge and you're envy and you're anger and so, it negatively affects the cells in your body.
True. That's a fact. Yeah.
And the opposite is true. When you're happy and you're showing and exuding love and you're enjoying every moment every day, the opposite happens. It positively affects your cells. So that's why stress damages you.
Yes, because I think Dr. Lauren, they said, and she's a doctor,
Medical
and she refused chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she was on a dying bed. But she said that she did nutrition. She did all these things that we promote that heal the body, but she wasn't getting better. Pure water, pure air, good nutrition, but she wasn't healing until she realized that you can't hate nobody, you can't have no envy in your heart against nobody what they have, you can't jealous no one, you're not supposed to. You know what I mean? Although God is a jealous God too, but in a constructive way. You know what I'm saying? And the most important thing is to do what, Chawky? To always learn to forgive.
Forgiveness.
If you don't have that, you could take all these things and you don't have forgiveness. A lot of us don't have it now. It's hard to forgive, you know. But we have to look at the statement that Christ made. Christ was a great man, you know. Or you could say, well, what can I take with him? But he was a great man. Because lots of his statements make sense. He says to us, you believe in a creator. Your creator forgives you every day. But here you come to your creator and you come with your arms and say, hey, Father Abba, please forgive me for my sins. And the father said to you, well, hold on, Patrick, did you forgive Chawky for what he did to you? And I say, no, Abba, Father. The father says, oh, how the hell I going to forgive you? I want you to go back and you forgive your brother Chawky first. And after you forgive him, you come back to me and I will give you forgiveness. And that is where the healing starts. Otherwise, you can never heal.
He said that, you know.
Peace of mind, Chawky.
Yeah, holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coals, eh?
That's what it
You're
is.
the one who get burned, eh?
Yes,
not
sir.
the other person. So forgiveness is really not about the other person.
Nope.
But it's about you.
Yes.
It's about, you know, releasing that burden from yourself, you know. Taking yourself out of that prison and enjoying a full, free, loving, and happy life.
Yes.
Because when you're holding them things, holding on to them things, believe me, you're stressing yourself. You're doing nobody.
Have to let go. Tell us
You know?
on too much.
So one has to let go.
Boom.
Let go and let God, you know, as I often tell people, you know. So the diet, you know, is really, and then using natural, you know, I make salads, you know.
Yes,
I
yes.
do soup sometimes, you know.
What about your sleeping habits? You go to bed pretty early. I notice you go to bed like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, sometimes. There are times when, but, you know, it just, and you know, my son, does, you wake up in the night, get up all, you know, get up. These days he's sleeping, you know,
Yeah.
more throughout the night. But, you know, up to until a few weeks ago, you know, I used to lose some sleep. So I've lost, you know, sleep in that sense. Not
Right.
getting that shit.
But you don't go to sleep with food in your belly.
Oh no, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. That's
Yes.
the
I
other thing.
want you to touch on that for
That's
me.
the other
Because I'm trying
thing.
to teach people that.
It's important to, and you see, I was infected with H. pylori sometime last year. In fact, I went to I normally don't eat out there, and that day I went to a restaurant in St. George's and I went and had some callaloo and potato, and I had 8 days, consecutive days of diarrhea.
Could I remember that?
Yeah, man, and vomiting,
Vomiting, I remember
bloating, and I was infected with H. pylori bacteria, and I ended up with an ulcer and so on, you know. So I have had to take, you know, measures to prevent certain things happening to my health, and very importantly, so my last meal was around just after 5, you know.
Right.
So I try my best not to eat in the night, because you see, when you eat and you go to lie down within 3 hours of eating, remember your digestive system working.
That's right.
That is when it should be
Healing.
at rest, and
That's
the
right.
body should be healing.
That's right.
So it's always best to go to bed before 9, you know, especially between 9, get sleep between 9 and 4 or 5, because that is when a lot of repair takes place.
Yep.
In the body, healing
Yep.
and repair and restoration, you
That's
know.
right.
So and I always tell people that 1 hour sleep before midnight basically is really, to make that up about midnight, you have to sleep 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So the quality of sleep,
Yes, it's
it's best to
important.
sleep earlier. You know, and our foreparents, you know, our grandparents and parents knew they used to go to bed early.
6 o'clock.
They used to say early to bed,
Yeah,
early to rise. They go to
sundown.
bed early, they go
Yes.
to bed 6, 7, and
Yeah.
they up by 3,
3
4,
in
and
the
they
morning.
go. You understand?
Yeah.
And
Not
probably
anymore.
that is why, you know, in addition to the basic diet and they have all this processed food and so,
And that's why they live so
why
long.
they live so long.
Yeah.
And why nowadays you have so many young persons, you know, being afflicted with all these diseases and dying. In fact, since 2003, I remember the World Health Organization predicted that parents will bury their children this century
True.
if measures are not taken to arrest,
Yes.
you know, this processed foods and all.
Yes.
You know, young people not exercising.
Yeah.
Or exercise your fingers, you know, your gadgets
computer.
and so on.
That's it. That's the exercise.
You exercise your mind, you know,
Mind,
doing
yeah,
anything,
yeah,
and
yeah.
eating junk, and therefore damaging our health. So you find that people are coming down at very young ages with quote unquote old people diseases, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
So right now, we are burying our children,
Yeah.
whereby our children are supposed to bury us. And that's because time changed and the diet changed, and we are eating lots of processed foods. We are eating late at night. We are going to bed with food in our stomach, when our stomach and our organs are supposed to be resting and rejuvenating for us to have a good health the next day. That is what's happening to us, and that is the reason why we're not living long and we're getting sick at a young age. So we want you all to follow our program. I think we have another live video coming up on somebody wanted me to do something on PCOS. We did it already, but more into depth, and we're going to do another program on I think they said one going to do on Guillain-Barré syndrome and how we can repair it. Okay, we're going to talk about that. So I want you all thanks for watching and thanks for the support. Any question for Chawky, Krista? Wonderful.
I wasn't reading.
Wonderful. Thanks for the support, and as I said, we are helping our people. People are coming to Grenada to get better. We have another person coming in again on Saturday. We have 2 more coming in on the 29th with cancer, and we have some more coming in on the 12th of August. We have coming on the 16th of August. We have people that are coming in here till December because they're realizing that Grenada is a wonderful place to come and relax their mind, feel better, get some good foods to eat, and get the healing at the same time. Yeah.
Anyway, I also use almost every day, especially when I use barley grass powder, you know, to really strengthen the immune system. Wheatgrass powder.
Yeah.
I use kelp, you know.
Wonderful.
Spirulina,
Spirulina.
green algae, you know. I use this. You mentioned about the dry vitamin E. That is the alpha tocopherol.
yeah.
Succinate, not the acetate.
Succinate, yeah, succinate is
the
important.
acetate is the oily one.
Yeah, succinate is the
that,
key.
that is supposed to be taken with food. Is not water soluble.
Yes.
It ends up in the fatty tissues of the body.
and the liver stores it too.
Yeah, you know, and cause all kind of problem. I think there was some study, you know, that indicated that end up even causing liver cancer.
Yes, so
Taking
I always promote dry
vitamin E.
dry vitamin E with selenium for my cancer patients
Yes.
all the time.
So the one I use is the Twin Lab.
Yeah, dry vitamin E with
E
selenium.
plus selenium. You know.
Wonderful.
So all these additional, you know, herbs can be taken to build the immune system, you know, to keep yourself healthy, you know.
Yeah.
And well, like you, I help people too, you know, and
Yes,
you know,
yes.
sometimes.
So you're a motivator, so
Yeah. When people use it, the men's one too, the rainbow light too, which
Yes.
is very good food based, as you say. So when people want things, well, you know, help them to get stuff for them to, you know, supplements.
so
and
you're helping to
stuff.
save lives, man.
Yeah, you know,
Because you've been there.
Yeah,
You know, it says whoever feed it knows it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, and we're gonna have some more patients again who had cancer, never took chemo, is still alive today after 10 years. You know, 8 years, is still here. We're gonna have one who had liver cancer and lung cancer, and she's still living today. We're gonna have her soon, and we're gonna tell you how she was treated with natural herbs that helped her cancer to go away naturally because she was very disciplined. That's the key. So until, give thanks and praise to the Most High, and give thanks and praise to the Christ, and always look out for our children on the streets and keep them away from drugs, crack, cigarettes, alcohol, because all these substances do keep our children's mind in limbo. And don't forget, all the praises and the glory goes to who? The Most High,
Can
Jehovah
you
God.
give them your number?
Because He's the ultimate healer of all things. Don't give no man no glory.
I could give your
Yeah?
number.
The number is 1473 416 2310 or 1473 536 4046. If you want to get in contact with Chawky, Chawky number is 1-473-457-3830. See, I remember that? That brain's still young, ain't it? Yeah, Chawky. It's the love, man.
Give me a WhatsApp too.
Yes, and you could get them on WhatsApp. Blessed love to you all, and don't forget to love your neighbor as yourself and give Jehovah God all the glory. Peace.
Yeah. All the best, bro.
All the best.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank Chawky, man. All right.